Hello everyone, and welcome in. Today is our live weekly, and welcome in. We are excited to be talking today about if you are still feeling that you're eating right and yet stuck, you're in the right place, and welcome. And perhaps there's other reasons why you may be here. Yet today we were looking to answer some questions, some frequently asked questions, and I do have some of them right now in front of me. And we're welcoming live today. We've got Pam on the line again. Hello, Pam.
Hello, everybody.
And we have Adria. Hi. We're looking to be live every week and come on and join us. Everyone is welcome. This is a community where we are all getting together to understand how to become and discover the healthiest versions of ourselves. And what Pam and I were just chatting a few minutes beforehand, and we're talking about the mental spinning, and we're talking about purpose. And we're talking about how sometimes people may see the unprocessing and think we're only talking about dropping sugar or getting really restrictive or about foods and weight loss. And there's so much more to unprocess in your life than just that part. We do that for a specific purpose. We do it short term, getting restrictive. And I do talk about the other facets. So unprocessing your life is really about a four framework system that has helped me throughout the last 20 years, and even more so in the last 15 years, and even more so in the last 8 years, and even more so in the last year. It's me understanding that I have been through a lot. Many of you know I've had my own health circumstances. I've also been through trauma. I've got a lot of the stuff that most people have when you're looking to unprocess what's in your head. And what I know to be true is that we don't need just another perfect meal plan. We really can understand that we're maybe going to food, which is the first F in my framework, to cope. Or we just know we must eat, just like breathing, just like water, we must eat. So the other three parts of the framework is the second one is about focus. It's also what I'm going to be sharing today. It's about our nervous system and where is our focus? Is it completely outside of ourselves? Are we outsourcing our power? Or are we recognizing that we have everything already in us? Literally everything to be and do, then in that order, who we are here for, our purpose, what we're designed for. And then it's the third one is feeling. And it's understanding feelings quite often. It's the secret. It's getting connected with it, but we bypass it or we stuff it so much. Anybody else with me there? And it's really those three that get us to the last one, which is freedom. When we start to become aware of the inner agreements that we make to get to those three, feeling more of the mastery, we've done it, then we feel free. We have a liberation in our system. And from there, we have full access to feeling that we finally made it to where we can get through our day without feeling exhausted, without feeling like I can't, I'm not enough. We get to say, I had a great day. We get to breathe and we get to soften. We get to slow down. I mean, if you even heard my cadence now, it's a lot slower. That was on purpose to share that I had to really slow down to get where I am now. And in my own coaching, it's dramatized. I have you slow way down in your words because so much of us live in our head. Yes, Adria? It's slowing down with our words. I did with Pam too. And if this sounds too wonky, there's neuroscience that backs this up. It's a felt sense of feeling safe inside of us that says, oh, I already do know how to eat. Because that's really what I hear when people come to me, and I do coach mostly women. I'm here to guide you to remembering you already know how to eat. And in the last month, we've celebrated the United States government finally declaring a war on sugar and recognizing the food pyramid has been the upside down. Hallelujah. That has been so long of a goal of mine to see the outer starting to match what I did know. That's what we're looking for, is when the outer, meaning my world, my relationships, my feeling of abundance, feeling free, feeling that I trust my work is going to go aligned today, my relationships are going well, then I can eat well. It's when my outer world matches my inner state of feeling peace, of feeling more than satisfied, I'll say, is to feel really grateful, then I feel safe. That's when we are in the most easiest and welcoming part of our nervous system. That is the new door we get to open in 2026. And this is a year, really, if you are a lot of like me and you tune into just enough of what people are saying about this time, this is a new year. There is a lot in the shifting of what's going on. We've seen it played out in politics last year. We're starting to see it more this year. And if you are here because you're just eating right and you feel stuck, your weight's still staying on, then yeah, you're in the right place. If what I'm going to be sharing seems new to you, it's because it's the missing piece. It's the new key that unlocks the new door for you to create the ease that everything works together. And this is the year of more than just doing the research. And I know it's also, was me. It's a year of doing more than just taking another course or just studying more. It's applying it. It is taking action. And boy, I have a feeling we're going to all be in this a lot, and taking action is going to be necessary. And I say it like that. It's called the year of the fire horse in many terms, in Chinese New Year, etc., which starts this week. We have a lunar eclipse. We have a lot of energy coming in. I have been part of studying and part of my understanding of who I am, human design, that just started a new year. All of this is pointing into, let's get on and go and take some aligned action. That means we get to take responsibility. It's our own responsibility. And I love phonetically breaking down words. Many of you know this. Responsibility. It's our ability to respond versus what's the opposite? React. And boy, I was in a very reactive time. And this is becoming more and more of what I am talking about, because action from a dysregulated nervous system is when we're it's called dysregulation. We're out of alignment. It's from where we keep opening the same old door and wondering, why am I in this rut again? Why am I stuck again? Why am I confused? Because it's staying stuck and staying in our mind versus dropping down into our body, taking that slow breath. Everybody, let's take that few slow breaths. I love to start with a few breaths. So plant your feet wherever you are. Maybe close your eyes to get out of your head for a moment. Let's take 3 really beautiful breaths. And breathe in through your nose. And when you breathe out, allow your body to soften. That's it. And breathing back in, slowing your inhale down a little more. And slowing down your exhale too. Feeling that exhale all the way down in your body. And now that we're there, breathe in again. This is slowing us down to focus more. And when you're ready, let go of that exhale. Maybe you sigh, because that's a beautiful way to get into your body. And take a moment here. Just to presence yourself. The nervous system in our body doesn't take a lot of time. It loves this. Slowing a minute way down. It's the same minute, yet we're really catching every drop of love in that minute, like honey from a spoon into tea. Yeah. And when you're ready, allow yourself to just wiggle your fingers and slowly come back. It's really understanding that this time is precious. And another objection I hear often is, I don't have enough time. We literally took 90 seconds and slowed down. Guess what? Perhaps you get to do that morning, noon, and night today. That's practicing, that's building the muscle of trusting yourself. We talked recently about the decrees. I can, I will, I trust, I choose, I love, and I breathe. And that can just live up here in your head, and it doesn't change a thing because we're not integrating it. We're not eating those words deliciously and slowing down with them to be with them. We're just thinking, oh, it's another minute. I got to go. Here we go and go here, and I'm going to go there, and I'm in the state of do. And it's a mobilized state of our parasympathetic. And while it's okay to get stuff done in that, we must equally, if not more than equally, be in the rest, the opening and the receiving of who we are and our purpose. Recognizing I may be eating to cope, at least we're seeing it. We're feeling that. We're recognizing that the wisdom comes from within. And by avoiding it and think, I can do this. Today I will eat better. I trust I'll make good choices. My voice went up. I'm disconnected. Am I going to make those good choices? Probably not. Because it isn't a muscle that I have built yet. And that's what I'm talking about. This is the year we're going to be asked, potentially at the drop of a hat, to do something in your day that wasn't on the calendar. How does that work for you?
Guarantee that's going to happen.
Yeah, Adrian too. It's like, okay, that just popped up. I'll share this an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago now, our beautiful daughter Jenny, her car is blowing smoke. It's not moving. Luckily, she was in a parking spot. We don't know what's going on. And now had a car towed. It's coming over here, blah, blah, blah. We can get in a lot of stories because stories come from our state we're in. And if you're dysregulated, you're in polyvagal, there's a ladder and you're dropping down that ladder when you're dysregulated. You're feeling like, oh, I must do something. Oh, she's coming over. And the stories will start going. Oh, I'm supposed to go live. Oh, I don't have my notes printed. Oh, I know I need to do this. Oh. And that doesn't even feel good saying. Yet I was able to stay in my purpose of what I desired to share with y'all. And I will admit, I am in the midst of feels with that kid. I've got beautiful news. In 2 weeks, she's scheduled for a kidney transplant. March will look different. I will not be live. I'm telling you that right now. And it's why I get to do this work, is because I love to be present with you. I love it when I see women breathe and get this, and they stop the mental over processing, the mental spinning, and they remember, I get to do me first. I get to be present with my daughter first. I will have time for this too. It's going to look different. But yet I use my framework, and that helps me stay consistent. Yet I'm also flexible enough to recognize I must change this going forward for a little while. Does that something that resonate with you, Pam? We had great conversations before I got on here about how when we first started this in September, and it's been amazing. It's been 6 months since God dropped this in me to do this part, to be open and have a Facebook community. And where
Mm-hmm.
we started from was a little bit of, I've got 10 days, let's unprocess all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can you share just a few, like a few minutes of what that was like then
Okay.
versus now?
Well, yeah, just like when we started in September 21st, that sticks right in my head, was our first 10-day challenge. And I knew a lot about eating. I knew how to eat right. I'd done it a long time. I'd gotten in kind of a happy place where I could just stay the same weight, never gain any, but I was at least 20 pounds more than I needed to be. But I was living my life, but I wasn't feeling real great. And so but I didn't come into it for that. I came into this for just to see what I could learn about eating healthier, about what it meant to unprocess. And I wasn't really I did the first thing I want to know is how can I eat better to heal my body. And because I was worried about taking statins. That's basically it. My age, I didn't want to take statins, and doctors want you to take a statin, and they all the time. And I that's what I talked to Tracy about, and just happened. I got into this. What's happened in that time, though, is I have lost 20 pounds. I feel wonderful. I've gotten rid of that old way of thinking, well, I lost 20 pounds, but I could lose 10, 15, 20 more. And I don't know. You have to learn to like where you are and be happy where you are and trust your body about how you feel. It's about so much more than food. But you can't just say, I could have easily said, I know how to eat right. I don't need any help with that. I wanted to know more about everything. And in the last, probably, I was telling Tracy this morning, probably in the last probably the last couple months anyway, I have really latched onto the other pillars of unprocessing. Oh, and because I know that I'm not having to think so much about how to eat healthy, how to unprocess my foods. That's kind of come second nature now. Doesn't and I'm going to say the biggest thing is you got to be forgiving. You've got to be forgiving and leave yourself some grace. And you don't have to do it all perfect every minute, every day. It's not possible. And I think from my perspective, as a person who's 76, I know how I felt when I was losing weight after I had my son in my 20s. I know how I felt when I wanted to be my best, and I taught aerobics and I did all this stuff, and I was constantly focusing on being a healthy me. Your needs and your whys change over time. But I think I've learned so much in the last 2 months about how to listen to my body, and that'll tell me if I'm doing the right things, and how to start focusing on what's going on in my head. And what you said a little bit ago about, if you have all this information, but you're not using it and you're not plugging it in all the modalities, then you are not connecting everything you got here to right to your heart and to your inner person. And I'm a very strong Christian, so I'm not saying that I'm looking at some uh, ethereal thing. Your body is scientifically, your body works in certain ways, and you can learn to heal your body. I've looked at my relationship with going to the doctor. I've never been on heavy meds, thank you. But I also, and as an older person, I thought I'd be going to the doctor all the time, and I thought but I've been going to the chiropractor for about 25 years, 30 years, more at least, or more, and this chiropractor. And I really feel like, yeah, that one. He's in the room somewhere. He's probably listening. So I know that God created us, and He created a wonderful, miraculous body, and there's lots of ways to work in healing it. And we have a responsibility. I love that again. We have a responsibility to learn how we can calm our bodies, how we can help help unprocess all the noise in our head. And you hear a lot of talk about food noise. That's one thing too. You know, I don't want to have to think about what I'm going to eat for the next meal for the rest of my life all the time. I don't want to get up in the morning and think, what am I going to eat today? I want to get up and say, well, you know, I've got a lot of choices in my refrigerator and I know they're good choices, and I'll pick out what I'm going to have. And some people need to plan more than that. But I just think I do plan by what I shop. So that's the thing. It's not just food, but the food will come, but everything else doesn't have to be perfect before.
And I'm glad you ended with that because
Yeah.
that's one thing I heard you say, and it is true. I find the consistency just like working out, and I am not rigid. I am flexible. I will say what I don't do. I do not go to the gym. I do not go to the gym once a week. I do not go to the gym. I do work out. I have my own routine. I have things in my house to take care of
Mhm.
what I am feeling okay with at this time. And I do those regularly, yet not rigidly. So
Mhm.
that is a difference too this year. I feel that when we know we have planning, but I don't have to look like every Saturday I have to prep, or every Sunday I have to prep, or else all else goes off.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been that all or nothing. And it's
yeah.
if we understand how to, and you've been posting some great things on easy recipes that we can put together within 30 minutes and have a great meal. And
That's the way I cook. I don't want
that's
to.
similar to
I'm
mine
not
as
chef
well.
Pam.
We work in the clinic. What I do consistently is I work in the clinic. I'm there until 6:30 at night. And so understanding I shouldn't eat that and understanding what that means. It's a mental rule. I already have food in my refrigerator that I can eat. That's okay. If I eat scrambled eggs again for dinner, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Exactly.
and it's really about pausing to check in with yourself.
Mhm.
And that's what we're saying. And once you start to get into that regularly, things do give you grace. You don't have to eat perfectly and you will not gain a bunch of weight because your body is feeling safe. You're not overthinking, you're not over processing. The mental chatter is just as inflammatory to your body. It
Mhm.
creates a medical cascade of chemistry that you don't want, that you think you have to take pills for. And we can be in agreement with both. That's what I'm saying. You need to take supplements? Okay, take what you need. And guess what? It doesn't have to be forever. You have to take some medicine? Okay, get with your body. Agree. I am healing and I am healed. Already thinking from the done state is also
Mhm.
what the Bible talks about. Peter in Acts says, you're already healthy. There's a beggar outside the church asking for money. He says, I give you what I do have. In Jesus' names, get up and walk. And he did. Because if he would have continued to give him money like everybody else, then the beggar thinks that's all I have is I must beg for my food. No, he
Mhm.
gave him something bigger than that. He gave him keys to a new door to open. You can walk, have faith, get up and do it. And he did. That's feeding yourself. That's understanding I am in a whole new way. I am, I can, I will, I trust, I choose, I breathe. I love this. This is really, I love my life. I've been processing things. Not
Mhm.
already done all processed, but we can envision it that way. And it's something, if, Adria has something coming up in her life and she's already envisioned what I am doing already, she does it a lot easier than going, holy cow, everything is up in the air right now and I don't feel safe. I don't feel regulated. And we will go down a mental road that sharpens and we don't have the opening, the receptivity to see new possibilities. Well, what she knows, because she's trained, she gets into an understanding my body is here to help me. I partner with all of me. And when you breathe and you open up, remember breathing, the inhale is about receiving. And if you're barely breathing, you're not inhaling a lot, you're not receiving a lot. We're over breathing a lot in our life. Average person does 3 times more breaths than we really could be when we slow down.
Because they're all shallow.
Mhm. We're not really breathing and taking that regulated breath. And that's when sometimes I'll see you in I see one-on-ones, and they'll come into my office and it's like, oh, we get on the mat or the table. And you start yawning and you'll start unwinding there because your body's like, I know this space.
Yeah.
I'm unwinding here. And that's what I'm saying is building the muscle of where you're already able to feel the unwinding in one breath. I liken it to name that tune. Remember, name that tune?
Yeah. And
I
one
can,
note, two
yeah, I
notes.
can name that tune in 3 notes. I can name that tune in 2 notes. And the show off goes, I can name it in one, and they do. And that's what I feel when I take that first deep breath now. I can get into that place in one breath. Do
Mhm.
I live there always? No, I'm honest. No. Yet it's been my repetition, my inner commitment to doing this that I no longer feel guilty when I recognize, oops, I've gotten off track.
Yeah.
That's the
But
way.
you know enough to listen to your body because a lot of times you don't even know you're breathing shallow. You don't even
Right.
know you've escalated. And once you but this knowledge lets you think about it for a minute and then, oh yeah, I am. So
Yes. And that's the practice. So earlier, I'm almost done here. So if you can stay with me. Earlier, I mentioned I I know in March. I appreciate all prayers. We're understanding and believing Jenny's transplant on March 3rd is going to go great. And I'm really grateful for 2 weeks. I'm off. I'm offline. If I show up here, it's to share something that I've been inspired to share. Um, and I know a lot of you are thinking, well, okay, Tracy, but you just landed all this stuff. How do I do it? And I am committed to doing an expansion on here to really help you get into walking through what a daily nervous system practice looks like, getting into the simple tools, the simple framework. How does that look? And it's a framework you can use anywhere, by the way. We don't need to go to the gym. You already have it inside of you. And it's really understanding that practice deeply and repeating it. And that's the unprocessing of letting go, I don't have enough time. Letting go of, I didn't buy a gym membership. Letting go of, I have to and I must and I should. And getting into the trust, I already do know this. And I'm going to do this on repeat because understanding this intellectually does nothing. And
mhm.
this is the year, trust me, I feel this and it's in the collective already. This is the practice is you're coming home to yourself of your commitment to you so that you're responding versus reacting. And that's your ability. And I'm going to be here Friday. I'm opening up a special Zoom. It's going to be about 90 minutes. I practice. There's some workshopping in this, and it's a simple fee. It's $33. And it's because there's no, when you put a little skin in the game, you're going to show up more. You're going to take more notes and you're going to do the work. And I want to make it a really fun. As I love it, I love breath work. That one session changed me. This will
Mm.
be a lot of that for you, I pray. And so if you're a yes for that, leave the word ready. Leave it in the replay. If you're watching this after we put it into the community, share it with a friend because that will actually be you more than saying yes to yourself. Accountability is fabulous. And
Mhm.
that's what Pam really said yes to when she joined in is the accountability of coming in every week. And she has. And I've seen
Mhm.
you've received those changes. Adria is the same thing. Adria is one who has accountability with me. She said yes to herself a long time ago, and she's an amazing human. I love her. I love watching her expand and have so much more capacity this year of where she's at and what she's going through for such a time as this, I'll say, because there is so much more coming for her. And I know it about many of you. And I know also many of you are just watching. And really, this is going to be an opportunity this month still to claim and reclaim maybe of what you've asked for back in January, what you made a resolution potentially for. And so say yes to yourself for Friday at 1 o'clock. If you sign up, you're going to have a link and I'll send that to you. So just reach out to me. However you see this, you can reach out to me. I'm available. And it will also be available for you on a video so that you can watch it over and over and practice. Okay. And I have some notes. So it's a full support system for you this Friday at 1 o'clock. All
So
right. Thank you. Am I remembering anything else? I feel I've remembered everything. Mark it
I
down.
think you have.
This is all for you. All
Yeah.
right. And I will be back in. I'm excited. Tomorrow is my husband's talking live about what we do in the clinic. This is the interference that's in between our brain. He talks about the interference that is in our spine, and he's going to be live in BNI tomorrow on his BNI. Um, and it's called Fun. I love that too. And so I will be back live next Tuesday, and that is something I still will be here for. And until then, I'll see you Friday or next Tuesday. Thank you so much. And inside the group, please presence yourself, ask more questions, share what's going on in your heart. We love you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye, Adria.